Kia ora. Day 32, I think. So there's not many left. So this is here. It's Friday night. So we've got one more Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday will be the last one. But what I might do is do another one after that, which just kind of wraps up all the loose ends, really. So good time to ask any questions, because that would be a good way to a good thing to include in that last wrap up video. And the answers to questions and stuff. So, okay, so when I was doing my recovery for retroactive jealousy, so I was in a new relationship, and I guess this was the first time in my life that I was that the internet was there, because I'm old and I predate the internet. People probably think I predate electricity. So this was the first time that I was, not only was the internet there, but I had become, because I'm late to most things, being neurodiverse, I'm kind of late to a lot of parties, um, late starter with a lot of things. So it took me a long time to kind of get my head around IT, and I still struggle, as you probably know. But it was the first point really in my life where I was where I could kind of comfortably and easily web search and have access to devices by which I could web search. So it was a new relationship hit by a new wave of retroactive jealousy, having had it all my life. This is why I love supporting young people. My definition of young is anybody that's younger than me, because I think it's just great to think that you can save people a whole lifetime of this nonsense. So the first time that I was able to think, I wonder if there's any help online. I wonder if anybody else suffers from this. I wonder if there's I wonder if there's stuff on the internet. And I started kind of searching. And the video that I want to share with you, and it's one of the feature videos for this episode, is going to be three. They're all from one channel, and this was one of these videos was one of the first ones that I watched. And although it doesn't really hit the spot for retroactive jealousy, it was very useful, because one of the things I think with retroactive jealousy is it's not just treating the retroactive jealousy, it's the more personal development, the more personal growth, the more you can build your self-esteem, your self-awareness, gain more mental clarity, become more efficacious. That's a good word, isn't it? The better your chances of recovery are. So this was a guy who does a channel called oh god, I'm really tired tonight. My brain's gone. I want to say, so he's called Leo. Actualize.org. Oh god, why my brain should not remember that, I don't know. My brain isn't actualized, is it? Actualize.org is the channel, and this guy called Leo. He's a funny little chap. He sounds a little bit like Kermit the Frog. Quite an amazing life history. He's American, I think of Russian immigrant. I think he came across as a child without being able to speak a word of English. So he's achieved a lot in his life, and then he became, I think, a philosophy graduate. Got quite disillusioned with that. He had a big weight problem when he was young. Lots of issues. I suspect he's neurodiverse. I'll put money on him being neurodiverse, but I'm not sure he's aware of that. And he then kind of became obsessed. Was a kind of a personal development nerd, and did every course, read every book, studied everything, and then put all these videos together about solving various. I'm just going to push this door too because I'm getting some background noise. About every aspect of personal development, and he's put some really good stuff together, and he's been doing it a while, and he's kind of evolved, because in his early videos he's rigidly anti-spiritual, and then his videos that he's talking about now are highly spiritual, and they're all about kind of achieving enlightenment. So he's kind of which is good, which is a good sign. That's a sign of growth. When you when you're you've got that mental flexibility to accept something new, to have a complete change of mind, and accept something that before you was skeptical of. So his videos he's doing now seem to be nearly all about that. They're quite kind of esoteric videos about how to get enlightened, and I've watched a few of his first ones on that and found them quite good. I've not followed him up on that recently. Not because I dislike that or disagree or disapprove or anything like that. I just haven't kind of got around to it really, and I've been kind of following other things online. So the first video that I came across, so it was a video he did on jealousy. Okay, so that's one of the ones that I'm going to invite you to watch as part of today's challenge, today's recovery exercise, because it is very interesting. I think the thing about jealousy and retroactive jealousy is retroactive jealousy is a bit. I think it's a good name in lots of ways, because it kind of succinctly kind of describes what's going on, but it's more than jealousy. Isn't always the primary emotion. You know, sometimes it's about disgust, sometimes it's about hurt. It's not always necessarily about jealousy, but jealousy gives it quite a good flavour of it. So this is a video about jealousy. It's a general video about jealousy, and it's good, but it's not going to be the answer to everything about retroactive jealousy. And please don't expect it to be. But I think you will find it useful. And then he also did a video about not comparing yourself to others, which I think is, which is almost like a kind of follow-on to the jealousy video. And he's also done a video on depression. Now, I want you to, I'm in control. I strongly urge you, I encourage you to watch the video on depression as well, even if you don't have depression, or you've never had depression, or depression isn't an issue in your life, because of how he talks about recovery from depression. So he's talking about recovery from depression, but change the word depression in your mind to retroactive jealousy, and just apply the same principles, because what he talks about is, in a very eloquent and detailed way, is with lots of illustrations and lots of analogies, is how to take massive action to recover from something that's basically all around cognitive distortions in your mind, which is something that applies equally to depression as it does to retroactive jealousy. I mean, he puts in a caveat about kind of the chemical aspects of the brain chemistry aspects of depression, but I really like the way he talks about massive action. And that's what I think you need to do to get well from retroactive jealousy, and that's what I did. I took massive action. I did everything. I did a lot of things that I didn't like doing, and a lot of things that I did like doing, and everything that anyone suggested I did. Basically, some things are helpful, some things were not helpful. It's not necessarily helpful for me to tell you which were helpful and which were unhelpful, because we're all different. There are some things that I think generally are more helpful than others, and there are things I tend to talk about, so you'll get that flavour anyway. So have a watch of, I say have a watch, it's him talking, there's no graphics or anything like that, so a little bit like my videos, you can just use them like podcasts, so you can listen to them when you're driving, or use them to help with your insomnia. Mine videos, not his. So, and this ties in a little bit with a video I made yesterday, I think, or was it last night or the night before? I did a video on the cycle of change. Now, the cycle of change is a model that's used a lot in addiction, and I wanted to do a video on it anyway, because it's a very useful model. But I also wanted to kind of offer it up as something that would be relevant for retroactive jealousy. And one of the phases in the cycle of change is something called the action phase, and that's again is this massive action. So this is the kind of thing that Leo is talking about, taking massive action. Okay. Sometimes you just have to do that. You just have to take huge action at a particular point in order to shift yourself from illness to recovery. Now that video, I'm hoping to release that soon. I might release it to Patreon, because people that sign up on Patreon are people that sponsor me, and obviously I kind of reward them with exclusive material and stuff like that. So some things I put down as a Patreon special. There's a problem with it at the moment, in that I was using a whiteboard. I don't usually use a whiteboard, and the images come up upside down. So somebody's actually, one of my kind of friends who helps me with tech, is actually working on reversing that right now. If we reverse it right now, what I will do is include a link to it for people that are doing this program. So even though it's a Patreon video, and generally speaking you have to sign up, and even though it only costs $1 a month, you have to kind of sign up to access that stuff, I will put a link to people who are on this program. if I can get it corrected in the next 3 days, and I'm hoping that might even be tonight. So hopefully we'll put that one out kind of fairly soon. So it would be a link. It would be a video that I talk about in a video in this series and put a link to below, and you'll be able to access that, even though generally speaking it's reserved, will be reserved for patrons, as they're called. So you got that one to look forward to, but I'm kind of making a link between the two, really, between the action phase of the cycle of change model in that video and massive action, or mobilization, as Leo talks about in his video. So 3 videos to watch: one on depression, which isn't really about depression, what it is, but I want you to look at it with from a different slant, and one on jealousy, directly about jealousy, one indirectly about things that relate to jealousy. And if you like his channel and you like his style, he's done tons of stuff. So you'll probably find a lot of other things that you like, that you can watch as well. So I used to listen to loads of his stuff at one point. So I hope you enjoy him. Like every channel, particularly like mine, it's not everyone's cup of tea, so you might not get on with Leo, but that's why I like to throw lots of different things in. If you don't get on particularly well with one thing, you can try something else. So enjoy. I mean, there's quite a lot to listen to. They're quite long, so it's probably more than a day's worth of listening. It's not literally a day's worth of listening, but unless you listen to it all back to back. So you can stagger this one out a little bit, really. I'm not suggesting that you try and work your way through all this in one evening. Maybe listen to one of these videos tonight, or today, or maybe 2, and then put the other one on your watch list. So enjoy, and as always, it'd be great to get some feedback, hear what you think. You can do that on YouTube. You can do that in the comments section down below. You have to sign up to be a member of YouTube in order to do that, which is no bad thing, because that means you can comment and like on everything. If you're not a member, you won't be able to comment or anything like that. If you try and do it, nothing will happen. If you feel, if it's a bit personal, you don't want to comment in that medium, then contact us via the website, and we can have a brief interchange of views on there. And yeah, it'd be great to hear from you. Great to kind of so people have been giving me feedback on some of the Facebook groups. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback that I've had on there, and some people have PM'd me and stuff like that. So now is the time to respond quickly if you want to ask a question, or if you want me to cover anything before the end of this series anyway. The lockdown kind of continues, really, but it's the end of the level 4, and I had to kind of call an end to this series at some point, because I don't want to stretch it so far that I'm kind of scraping the barrel to kind of come up with content. I don't feel that I've done that. I hope you agree. But if we kind of do this indefinitely, although I've got scope for a lifetime of videos on retroactive jealousy. They emerge when the time is right, when I've been reflecting on something, or when I've been doing some research, or maybe been doing some clinical work and some ideas come to me. So I think I have a lifetime's worth of RJ videos in me, but I don't have weeks and weeks and weeks more of daily videos. so that's why we're going to end this on to Monday night will be the last one, and that's Monday night in New Zealand. Okay, so if you're in the West, if you're in USA or UK, Europe, you're going to be about a day behind. You lazy people. So we're rapidly hurtling towards the end. So I hope it's been helpful so far, and I hope I can release that cycle of change video. That'll probably come out tomorrow now, I think. And I've got a few other things that we've already started filming. Gwendoline's helping us out with another little surprise that will be coming along soon. So there's more things to look forward to. It's not fizzling out. We're not kind of losing our energy. So I will see you tomorrow. Rangimarie.